Right now we're gonna make the zesty colored tacos. That's right, you guys, this is super easy breezy, super high in nutrition, tastes great, and it's a real crowd pleaser, and it's beautiful. So what we do is we have soaked our raw organic walnuts for, I only soaked them really for 4 hours. No need to really soak them more than that. I find, I've taught you guys before, maybe you've seen that other video, maybe you haven't, but one of the great ways to soak nuts is in the salad spinners. You know those great salad spinners that there's a bowl and there's a colander, or you can use a small colander like this, put it in a bowl of water, take it out, rinse it, discard that water. Just it's a great, easy way to soak your nuts. So I've soaked these walnuts. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in my food processor with the chop tool, and I'm just gonna pulse them a couple times. If you don't have a food processor, just chop them, okay? Or use another nut chopping implement. So we're just gonna pulse it, chop, chop, pulse, pulse, pulse. We don't want it too much. If we were to keep it going, we would make like a walnut butter, which is absolutely delicious, but that's not what we're making right now. So we put these beautifully chopped walnuts in a bowl, right? How nice is that? Walnuts even smell really good. Walnuts are really good for our brains. They look like a brain, right? And they're really high in lecithin, which is one of the primary nutrients that our brain needs. Then we're gonna go with some taco seasoning. Any nice organic taco seasoning is fine. So that's about 1.5 cups of walnuts to 1.5 tablespoons of taco seasoning, teaspoon of a high quality sea salt, and 2 teaspoons of a nice cold pressed olive oil. Then we are going to just stir it up, mix it up. This makes our really great taco base. Now, if you have a dehydrator, you could dehydrate this for like 6 hours to make it, crunchy or harden it, but you absolutely do not need to do that. Okay, we just get this really, and it smells so good. I wish I could share this with you right now. You can even make this, like once you see the recipe once and you see how to do it, then you can also make it along with me. You can put this on your laptop in the kitchen or whatever and make this in real time with me. Then we're gonna do a orange bell pepper and a yellow bell pepper. Now, I often will keep the seeds in because the seeds have a lot of nutrition. So that's your call. Some people don't like the seeds, but I love the seeds. They also add a really nice texture. We'll put this in our compost pot. Composting is really important because the stem was connected to the seed, so I'm not using that one. Earth designed food, a part of itself, to give back to itself. So there's always a peel or a rind or a skin or something, a husk that is removed from the food that's really designed to go back to the earth, because that peel, skin, husks, whatever, has nutrients in it that feeds the soil. Now, food is only as nutritious as the soil that it comes in or that it grows in, right? So all of us nowadays that are not composting, all of that precious organic food matter is not going back to the earth. And like I said, food in nature is really designed to give a part of itself back to the earth, to sustain itself. That's how it's naturally sustaining. So another thing is, if we're putting food inside, in a garbage that goes into landfills, it decomposes anaerobically, which means that it decomposes without air. So when it decomposes without air, it actually creates methane gas, which is like one of the top greenhouse gases, one of the top toxic greenhouse gases. So if you can find a way to compost, even if if you live in an urban environment, I have friends that have worm bins, on their patios or their balconies. And it's great because then, on a balcony, you can also grow tomatoes, you can grow peppers, you can grow a lot of stuff. And if you're composting, then you have this wonderful nutrition right there. So it just feels good too. And a lot of cities now are getting the green bins. So a lot of times, I'll just put it in my compost bin and then put it in the green bin and let the city take care of it. So we chop this up. Now this color is something. These colors indicate super high powered antioxidants. That's what this orange color is. This orange color is an antioxidant, okay? So we know when we're eating these beautiful fresh colors in nature that we're eating antioxidants. And really, Hippocrates said it best. Let thy food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be thy food. So I don't get sick, and it's because I eat like this. And, you know, I really want to help everyone understand that they don't have to get sick either. You know, a lot of the pharmaceuticals that people take, pharmaceuticals are brilliantly designed to turn off the sign and symptom of whatever the ailment is. The sign and symptom is the body's process of healing itself. So actually, pharmaceuticals are designed to turn off the body's process to heal itself. So it's like if I start to get a little, you know, if I'm traveling a lot or if my husband's traveling and he might pick something up and bring it home. If I start to feel a little something in the back of my throat, immediately I go to oil of oregano. I go to boiling my rosemary, making rosemary tea, or boiling sage, making sage tea. I go to Osha, which is a tincture. It's a root tincture or a astragalus root tincture. I go to these things and the next day I'm totally fine. If you go to the drugstore and you get the medicines, you find that your cold lasts for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's why, because they're designed to turn off the sign and symptom, which is actually how your body heals itself. So if you've got a little phlegm or something happening, that's actually the body's healing itself. Okay, so we put in 1 red pepper, 1 yellow pepper, 1 orange pepper, and then I've just diced up 2 baby bok choy and about 8 sprigs of fresh cilantro. So we just chop all that stuff up. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now I would have put these seeds in, but there's a little bit of the stem in there. Sometimes the stem lifts out of the peppers, sometimes it doesn't. So the stem is bitter, so we don't eat the stem. So the best way to cut mango is to cut it right along its pit. It has very interesting pits, don't they? It's like sometimes it's challenging to sort that out. But so what you do is you cut alongside, like they have these long flat pits, right? So, and then you just square it up like this, and we're gonna then spoon it out. Sometimes you can squeeze it out. Let's see if it'll squeeze out in chunks. See? Isn't that cute? Sometimes it just squeezes out right in chunks. I love that. Sometimes it doesn't. So we just do that. I'm only gonna put half the mango in. I don't want it over mango-y. Then we just toss it up. Look how beautiful that is. Get this stuff, put it in the sink. Isn't that beautiful? So this is power. When you eat this, you are satisfied, you feel satiated, you feel like, wow, I really fed myself something. What's happening now, you know, 2/3 of the United States is overweight. 1/3 of that, 1/3 of the United States, adults, is obese. What's happening is we have these high calorie foods that are very low in nutrition. So people are eating, but they're not truly feeling satisfied because the cells are going, wait a minute, I still need this antioxidant, I still need this protein, I still need this, I still need this, I still need this. Where is it in the food I'm getting? So when we eat food like this, we're giving our body what it really needs. And you'll see a difference. You'll let me know. You're gonna see a difference. And there's no reason not to eat like this, right? Because it's so super quick. You saw I just made that in real time. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cabbage shells, which are taco shells, or cabbage leaves rather, which are taco shells, and we just fill them up. Oh, and they're beautiful. And the kids love these because they love the bright colors. And it's fun for them to eat them. You could even pack these for your kids in their lunch. I know it seems awkward, but you can get, you know, little containers and put that right in it. And it'll stay. Very good. Because vegetables really don't need to be refrigerated right away. Like this will keep out just fine, you know, for a day, not overnight, obviously. But that's what we have, these beautiful zesty color tacos. Let's give them a try. That's what I pat myself on the back. That's what I do. I just gotta pat myself on the back a little bit. So easy and so good and so colorful. Now remember when I told you color is something in terms of nutrition? Color is also something in terms of activation. Our visual interpretation, our visual awareness of color also gives us something, so we're inspired. So you make this and you're inspired by the color, by the aromas, the taco seasoning, the cilantro. It's giving you a lot. It's giving you a lot to be happy about. So if you have any questions, ask me on the Blythe Natural Living Facebook page. I'm here for you. I want to see you be your very best. So until we meet again, feel good. And good food really does help. Love you. Wow. I mean, I'm kind of good. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. I'm pretty good. This is good. Really, really good.